to episode 8 of the American Dream. We kick off World Cup qualifying today against Honduras away. Going to be a tough game. Pulisic is out injured, so we've had to make a few changes. But feeling ever confident after winning the Nations League. We had a game against Iceland in a friendly that weren't really worth out. I made a lot of changes and we lost that 3-2, I believe. But we are massive favourites for this. And this is going to be the team that starts. So it will be Stefan in goal, a back four of DeAndre Yedlin. DeAndre Yedlin's having a cracking time at his club at the minute and playing really well, so he's back in. And that with Des being injured as well came at the right time. Ream, Brooks and Robinson make up the back four with Bradley, McKennie and Adams in the midfield. Ariola's going to start on the right, Timothy Weir on the left, and Siabachu starts up top. Like I said, we are favourites for this game, but it'd be nice to start off... Wilson Palacios is playing in midfield for them. It'd be nice to kick off World Cup qualifying with a win. And I'm trying to blood a few young players in. But, like I said, this is where it's all building up to now. We're building up to the World Cup. Hopefully, we can continue as forms from the Nations League into that. Because, like I said in the last video, we've got some good players coming through. Disappointing not to have Pulisic obviously with us, but this guy, Palmer Brown as well. Eric Palmer Brown's playing for Manchester City as a centre-half, 6'1". Hopefully he's going to be sort of a ball-playing centre-half, gets forward whenever possible. Not sure about that, but certainly... But yeah, certainly looks a decentish player, so... But it's been a quiet start here. Hon-Du-Ras playing in their blue and white stripes, but Adams nicks that well. And now Tyler Adams bursting into their half. Can we create something here? Adams, can he knock it by? He puts it across, McKennie's there, and Weston McKennie scores 1-0. And we're off to a good start in our World Cup qualifying campaign. That's all we can ask for. It's not necessarily about the performance today. We're going to come up against tougher tests than this. We've got El Salvador next. I'm not going to show you that. And when we come up against probably one of these four at the top, there's next one after that. I'll probably show you that one as we look to get ourselves through these qualification games. As you can see, Jamaica's just gone 3-0 up inside 45 minutes against Jamaica, so they're running away with that. And Bradley knocks a nice ball out to Timothy Weir, who plays it back to Anthony Robinson, into Michael Bradley. And Bradley tries to play a pass, but doesn't quite make it. But Yedlin recollects. Adams, Ariola, and that's a good effort that from Tyler Adams. We've got another. We could make changes second half, and in fact, I'm tempted. Gets to 60 minutes, and I'll just introduce you to a couple of these lads when they come on. But this kid, Matko Milevic, 5 million, looks an absolute baller. Not a very American name, but definitely looks a baller and could do a bit for us in midfield, and probably give Weston McKennie a bit of competition. But I'm a big Weston McKennie fan, and I don't particularly want to lose him his place in the side. But competition as we go to a World Cup will be fierce, and players will be pushing the players that are in the side. But we're keeping the ball well and playing a certain style which really seems to be suiting us. And it's Adams again who knocks it out to Ariola. Yedlin will overlap, I'm sure, but we've not used it. McKennie edge of the box. Oh, and Weston McKennie again. Firing just wide, but doing some cracking stuff, Weston McKennie. Ariola's probably going to come off and all a bit later on. And McKennie's now going to chuck one into the box. Brooks flicks it on. Morales, the Honduras keeper, picks it up comfortably. But 10 shots, 9 on target. It's not been a bad start at all. Figueroa at the back for them. Lasting pass. I don't think it's the one from Wigan. Oh, it could be. I'm not too sure. Palacios again. Into Lozano. Nothing daft. We don't want a bad start to qualifying. And like I say, Iceland took us apart, and we sort of got a consolation last minute, losing 3-2. But we were there and thereabouts, and I'm not going to get too downhearted with friendlies. Especially after we just won that. We just won Nations League. It were hardly a game that we wanted to even play. But as we tick up towards 60 minutes, I think it's going to be time to change a couple of the front three and make some changes, because it's not exactly all working. So I think we'll have Ariola off for Dwayne Holmes. We know all about him. Right, I think it's time to give this lad a run out. So Matko Milevich can play on the left-hand side, and he might be the man I bring on now. In fact, he's going to be the man I bring on for Timothy Weir. Anybody else struggling a little bit? I think Josh Sargent maybe. We'll bring on Josh Sargent for Siabachu and see if we can do anything there. So just totally changing his front three, and that hopefully should give us a bit of energy, give us a bit of impetus. These lads are going to want to break into the first team. And Anthony Robinson, he's running away down this left-hand side, as he so often does. Plays it back to Milevich. Crosses in. Sargent's not quite there. And Hon-Du-Ras will break with Lozano. We need a tackle here. And Michael Bradley makes that tackle superbly. And now the fresh legs of Dwayne Holmes down the right-hand side. Can he put a cross in? He can't. He can pull it back to Michael Bradley. And Michael Bradley, the man who won the ball on the halfway line, rounds off the move with a cracking strike from 20 yards out, past the Honduras keeper before he could see it. And that is 2-0, and that should be job done. And it should be a professional performance away in Honduras for the USA. But Milevich down this side, into Anthony Robinson again. Anthony Robinson trying to beat his man, can't, but still retains possession. Milevich again, crosses in. Dwayne Holmes, oh, and should score. Not playing for Derby now, kid. He might not be playing for Derby anymore. But we've got a lot of good players here. And Weston McKennie, you can't see us not qualifying for World Cup top at group, but Jamaica look a decent proposition this ends. Weston McKennie gets a header on goal. They do look a decent proposition. And Jamaica is going to be a game that we know we can beat Mexico. We know that. But Jamaica's a team we haven't faced yet. And that's a good cross in, headed in. And Dwayne Holmes this time finishes for his country. 3-0, job done. We will fly back to America rather happily. And I'm sure we'll crack out a few other buds on the way back and all. Because it's been a solid performance, as we've come to expect from this USA team since the start of this series. And Anthony Robinson now latches onto that. Still retains possession. Sargent's there. Sargent heads over. That's the one position that I'm still struggling with a little bit. But we've got this Daryl Dyke who's coming through. And he could be the man in a few years' time. Hopefully by the time the World Cup comes around to lead us up front. But that's another good ball out wide by Bradley. Holmes latches on. Sargent's in there. Misses his header. Weston McKennie will pick it up again. And Bradley. Adams. Beautiful football. Dwayne Holmes, he's got to finish. He doesn't, but Milevich does. And on his debut, the 19-year-old man who's already 3.5 stars gets a goal. And that'll be a massive confidence boost for him. Massive confidence boost. Don't like using that word, but it will be. And we're looking so good. So good. Don't let them score. Oh yeah, I mean that's probably the first real effort they've had, and they smashed it wide. But look at some of them. 9.1 Weston McKennie. 9.1. Top class player. Top class player. And Stefan will come out, collect that. That's full time. Obviously my team so it works. Well, they normally do. And we're looking confident. And I think this gives us a chance now to blood a few players in for the El Salvador game, who took a right good hiding, to be fair. And Mexico and Costa Rica drew 1-1, so plenty to look forward to. So if we just have a quick look at the schedule, we'll probably play. Should we play one of them? Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll play Jamaica. That'll be the next video you see, and then I think we'll come back for the Mexico game, which would be there, because you like watching us play Mexico, don't you? So yeah, Jamaica up next in the next video, which will be Sunday's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. As ever, if you are enjoying this series, please do leave a like and subscribe. As we're leading into Football Manager 21, there will be a beta video series, and then obviously we'll start something different then. But thanks once again for watching, and see you later.